This week on Chuffed Adventures, I head off for another spay campaign and follow up with Rosco and the puppies. Joel continues with his dinghy project, and I get to go snorkeling on my friend Phoebe's tour. One of the hardest aspects of running the veterinary clinic from the boat is public transport to and from the areas we're doing work. This particular morning was no exception, as I got a taxi, 2 buses, and a little bit of a walk and another taxi to get to the area the clinic was at. Okay, I made it to Palmar Sur. Now I just need to find the clinic. The area of Palmar Sur was heavily affected by the hurricanes that came through Costa Rica in October last year. With the aftermath of the hurricane, many people were left jobless, the animals were left hungry and in need, and people couldn't afford to have them desexed, so this clinic was really important. Volunteers had come from far and wide. I thought I'd come from a long way, but one of the veterinarians had driven over 4 hours to help today. We also had a lot of expats and local people helping with things like admissions, anaesthetics, and aftercare of the animals. One family who was particularly excited to see us brought in 5 puppies and their mother. The puppies had been born right around the hurricane season, and so were now 6 months old and ready to be spayed. The lady and her family were so grateful because they knew there was no way they'd be able to afford to have surgery for all 6 dogs at a regular veterinary clinic. It was another really busy day, but with everybody's help we ended up doing 135 dogs, which is going to make such a huge difference for this area, and both the people and the volunteers were happy with such a big day. Just walking down to Rick's workshop to deliver some lunch to the boys. I have pasta and of course alcoholic beverages. The perfect lunch for men hard at work. After cutting the dinghy in half, we were left with some uneven edges that Joel fixed with a mixture of putty and fiberglass. While Joel was finishing that job, I headed down to the hardware store to pick up a little bit more hardener and resin. I forgot to tell you guys, we got a bike too, which is perfect for transporting goods like gallons of resin. So yeah, I bought it off a friend for only 60 bucks, so it'll be good for the few months we're in the docks. We were then eager beavers getting into the final stage of fiberglassing, doing the 2 pieces that had been joined together. With this job finished, we really were getting to the end of the dinghy project, which we were both very excited about. But we're also realising things always take longer here in Costa Rica. For example, when we ordered hardener and resin sometimes, we'd have to wait 4 days for it to come in, which obviously puts the project to a bit of a halt. And of course, as always, our supervisor Riley was there at our side making sure things were going well.
Oh, she's so smart, Riley. She's the smartest dog I've ever met in my whole wide life. Yeah, huh? She's so smart. Look how smart she is.
Alright, so I'm just down at the little Moyasita, waiting for my friend Phoebe to come in her boat, and I'm going to go on a snorkeling, dolphin and maybe whale watching tour with her, so I'm very excited. I think there'll be a lot of little turistas on the boat with us, but yeah, should be a lot of fun. Poor Joel is stuck working on some yachts, so he'll be busy and can't come, but I get to go snorkeling, which I'm very excited about because being in the marina we haven't been able to go swimming as much, so I miss the water a little bit. And it's a really pretty morning. It's like 10 to 6 right now, so it's a bit early. So I'm probably a bit husky. It was a beautiful day out on the water, and I was really excited to learn more from Phoebe and her expert team. Phoebe is a British lady who moved to Costa Rica quite a few years ago for her marine biology degree and does a lot of work with the turtles as well as running her own tour company. Ela Yuratu.
So with the Golfo Dulce it goes to 285 metres in depth, which is incredible because if you imagine below 100 metres there's no oxygen. So everything that you find below there has evolved without oxygen, and there are new species.
Rivers that flow into the Gulf, and it's called sweet water.
Exactly.
because it's...
Yeah, exactly right. So it's fresh gold, sweet gold. And so all of this here that you can see is mangrove. Right? And we've got a lot of mangrove at the back of the Gulf and then some patches over here too. The mangroves you only find where you have that perfect mixture of fresh and salt water. This is really special. And the mangroves here, there have been 8 species counted in mangroves. And that's unheard of. Most parts of the world it's usually 4 to 5 species. Very healthy population. They don't leave. They stay here all year and they do because there's food around, right? They have no reason to leave. Hey, did you see the dolphins? Yeah,
Beautiful, aren't they?
So, there's a few babies in this group, so keep an eye out for the little fun.
This pod of pan-tropical spotted dolphins can be found in the Gulf all year round, as Phoebe said, and have over 300 family members in this pod alone. It was really interesting watching the group feed and different family members doing different tasks to try and make sure everybody was taken care of. And we even spotted a lot of little baby dolphins too. With the captain taking a well-deserved break, it was time to anchor up and go snorkeling. Although this is a beautiful snorkeling spot with lots of coral, already you can see the damage coral bleaching and other effects have had in the area. But people like Phoebe and other ecologists, conservationists and biologists are doing research in this area to try and help save the reef and the species that live around it. We've provided some links in the description of this video to different ecologist groups and conservation groups in the area. In saying all that, not only did we spot eels, dolphins, 2 turtles and a lot of fish species, but I also saw some other cool things like a baby reef shark.
If you want to check out the work Phoebe does and their tours if you're ever in this area, it's changingtidetours.com. I'll put the link in the description below. But yeah, awesome time, really awesome time. So nice to be out snorkeling and in the water again. Feels very good.
Hey, beautifuls. Where did you go? So I'm about to head to the beach again and visit the puppies and give them some worming. It'll be their first worming treatment they've ever had because they're just coming on 2 weeks old now. And we're also going to follow up with Rosco and go visit him quickly and see how his eyes are doing. So it'll be good to follow up with some of these little guys we've seen. Upon arrival at Punta Arenas, we realised the tides were some of the highest we'd seen all year, which was a concern for the puppies because the area that they were being kept in was almost underwater. We quickly moved the puppies to a safer area that was also a little cleaner for them as they grew up. All the puppies received another check over, as well as worming medication, and we've started them on supplemental milk to make sure mum and pup stay strong through this time. When a mum dog is lactating, it requires over 3 times her normal energy expenditure, and Socks was already a pretty little girl with 5 really big puppies. So I just got back from the beach, had a great day, obviously a beautiful day at the beach with a really nice crowd, really cool community here which we feel very much a part of, so that's really nice. But the best news of the day was seeing Rosco, because he came walking out of the house and like looked at me, and last time I went, I don't think he could really see properly at all. And yeah, he came out and his eyes were open and bright, and you could see him like looking at us, and then he got really excited to see Sally. So yeah, it was really cool to see such a big improvement. I'll be continuing his medication for a little while longer though, so we're going to do at least another week on tablets, and then 2 weeks on the antibiotic and anti-inflammatory eye drops. Then we're going to check him again at the end of the 2 weeks and see how things are progressing, and make a decision from there on what more treatment he needs or whether we fix the problem. But it's amazing what a difference he has had in just 7 days, and what a little bit of, I guess, good veterinary care can do for these doggies. So yeah, it was really, really nice to see. Made my day.
Join us for the next episode of Chuffed Adventures as I spend Valentine's Day doing some pretty non-Valentine's Day things to dogs and cats. I visit a local macaw sanctuary where they're doing some amazing work to save this beautiful species, and Joel continues working on his dinghy project. Until next time, stay chuffed everybody.